Hi, welcome to the first part of the Summer Bites CLPL programme, which is a short tutorial on how to record a video lesson. So hopefully this will be quite helpful for the majority of us whenever we go forward into a kind of blended learning model in August, for those of you that are kind of interested in doing that. So the kind of purpose of this video is to give an overview of how to record an annotated video lesson using an Android tablet and pen, but I'll talk through the fact that we don't necessarily need a pen to be able to record a video lesson. It's really a nice to have. So basically what I've been using over the last couple of weeks is one of the kind of newer models of the Samsung Galaxy tablet. So it's the S6 model, and it actually comes with its own pen that you can use. It's really, really good. There's loads of different ways that you can use this in terms of kind of using it for education, but kind of out with that as well, there's loads of different uses for it. So this video is going to be referring to this tablet, this pen that I'm using, but if you've got an Apple device, if you've got an iPad or even an iPhone as well, there will be kind of different ways to record a video lesson. It's just a case of doing a wee bit of research, finding out what software's out there that is going to be helpful and specific to whatever device you're using. So the stuff that I'm going to be talking about is kind of specific to Android, and it's not really specific to the tablet that I'm using. So the software that I'm talking about should be able to work on kind of like an Android phone as well. And again, you should be able to kind of use all of this without a pen. So the software is kind of what we're already familiar with is PowerPoint. So PowerPoint is actually quite good on a tablet as well. It's kind of like a more basic version than what we would normally get on a laptop, which is quite nice because it's a wee bit more simplistic to use. So kind of making PowerPoints and things is actually an option on the tablet, but I'll show you kind of how we can use pre-existing PowerPoints that you've already kind of maybe used on Glow and stuff like that as well, to be able to kind of record your video lesson. Also, we do require a screen recorder app, so as far as I'm aware, there's not a built-in one into, well, certainly the tablet that I've got. I don't know if maybe Apple have got a built-in screen recorder, but there are literally hundreds of screen recorder apps out there. It's just a case of finding one that works for you and one that actually kind of does what you want it to do. So the one that I use is this wee one in the middle here. It basically does everything that you would want. So it screen records, it records audio as well, because some apps you would actually need to get a separate voice recorder as well, and then kind of overlay the voice with the video, which is a bit of a pain. So it's good to kind of get the two in one. So screen recorder with that wee blue logo, that's the one that I've been using, which has been really efficient, which is quite good. But basically all you would need to do is go onto your Google Play Store or your App Store for Apple and just type in screen recorder. Maybe just download a couple to see which ones you would prefer. But this video is going to be talking about specifically the screen recorder app, No Ads, which is the one that I use. So on the kind of first instance of opening that app up, so you can see on the kind of left hand side of the screen that that's kind of videos that I've already recorded previously, but this is just to show you what would actually happen if you are going to start recording a video. So all you need to do once you've downloaded that software is press this blue button down at the bottom, which brings up in your home screen this sort of wee panel here with a few different buttons on it. So the wee video button is basically just how you would start recording. I think you can turn your audio on and off as well using this wee mic button. And there's kind of settings and things like that, but generally speaking you don't really need to touch any of the other videos. It's really just the mic and the video one that you'd be interested in. So what I'm going to actually do now is show you how to retrieve PowerPoints from OneDrive using this tablet. So again, this will be quite similar to what it would be on an Android phone as well, because you've actually, in a lot of the models in the kind of newer software, you've got direct access to like OneDrive, even like Google Drive and things like that as well, which is really, really good. And I found that to be quite beneficial compared to Apple, which is a wee bit more difficult to get direct access to files online and stuff like that as well. So I'll just end this slideshow here. And again, if you've kind of annotated a PowerPoint, you can actually save a version with your kind of writing on it as well. So I'll just discard that just now. So whenever you're kind of looking to record a video lesson using a PowerPoint, so what I've kind of tended to do is save everything to my OneDrive just so that I know where everything is. So it actually just comes up straight away on your file section of your tablet. So I'll just show you an example of a video lesson that I did a couple of weeks ago with S3s. So it's just a case of opening that up. Normally I would use PowerPoint. Sometimes you get the option to use Office as well, depending on what apps you've downloaded. It's 6.5 dozen, but just for ease, I would just click PowerPoint, because in Office you would need to kind of choose between like PowerPoint and Word and things like that anyway. So what I tend to do whenever I'm doing a video lesson, and I think it actually works quite well for different parts of chemistry, is I basically just amend pre-existing PowerPoints that I've got. So normally whenever I teach this lesson, which is branched alkanes, this would be full of different diagrams of different molecules and stuff like that. But the good thing about this is that I've kind of stripped all of that back and left blank spaces so that I can actually draw diagrams out, because normally I would draw them on the whiteboard in school. So you it's good to plan ahead as to what you're wanting to draw out and what you're wanting to keep as text. So in the kind of first instance for this, what I've done is just kind of put like bare bones in, essentially. It's only 7 slides long, but the video actually ended up being about 20 minutes or so by the time I had went through and kind of annotated everything. So in terms of actually recording the video, so the wee kind of panel with all the different buttons comes up whenever you click on your PowerPoint as well. So obviously because I'm filming just now, it's not there, but you can see over here you've got another set of buttons which I'll talk about in a wee second. So generally speaking, you would want to view your slideshow before you press record, just so that it's there and ready to go straight away. So I'll just go ahead and play this slideshow and show you the kind of things that I've been doing. So again, you'll notice straight away that there's also this wee button over here that actually shows you the time as well, which is quite good, because it kind of gives you an idea if your video is going to be too long or too short as well. Because if you're doing a video lesson, you don't really want it to be 5 minutes, but you also don't want it to be an hour long, right? Because it's just, the first video that I made was about 35 minutes or something like that, and the kids were kind of giving me feedback saying that it was far too long and things. So it's finding that balance between video lessons and then doing other activities based on what you've done in the video lesson as well. So in terms of actually kind of setting this up, it's just a case of setting your PowerPoint up and then writing whatever you want on it. It's as simple as that. So again, on the PowerPoint app, you can kind of change the colour of the ink and stuff if you're drawing specific diagrams or you want to kind of make stuff clearer or whatever. So basically all I would do is kind of go through basic notes. So in the case of this, I just write all of this down. And what I actually ended up doing as well, if there was quite a lot of notes to fill in, so in this kind of table structure, I would do a couple of examples, and then what you can do is pause the video as well, fill out the rest of it, and then play it again, and then that kind of cuts the time down of the video as well, which is quite good. The pause function is also really good if you've got pets like me, so I'll often have to press the pause button if my rabbit is scratching the door or something like that. You know, like it's good so that you're not getting 15 minutes into a video and then having to start it again. So it's good to pause it and then you can just kind of seamlessly continue whenever you press play again. So in a video lesson, I've found to kind of keep it as simple as possible, but also keep it the same as what you would do in the classroom. So kind of putting success criteria in, just so that the pupils still know exactly what the whole point of the video is. So what I've also found that is quite good is just having the mixture of text and drawing as well. So in this one here, obviously there's quite a lot of rules involved with branched alkanes, so I've just kind of kept the text in for that so that the kids can pause the video and write the notes down just as they normally would in the classroom. And then again, this blank space over here would be used for an example, which is quite good because then you can actually record step by step what it is that you're actually doing the way you would in the classroom, which is obviously a wee bit more difficult if you don't have a pen, but it's not the end of the world. So what I've also done as well, it's quite good that I've basically made a blank slide here and just drawn in the molecules that I wanted to be talking about, rather than trying to find like Google Images and stuff like that as well. So it's quite handy for subjects that have got diagrams that are a bit tricky to get, even things like maths as well, physics with loads of equations and stuff like that. It would be quite useful. Rather than kind of typing stuff out, you can just handwrite it, which I've found to be very useful. What I've also been doing as well is kind of setting tasks throughout video lessons. So this one's only got kind of one task in it, where I've actually kind of indicated to the pupils to pause the video and try those examples after watching the previous ones. And then once they're ready, they can then play the video again, and then again, similar to previous examples, you would just go through it step by step just to show the kids what they're actually doing. And then they can kind of self-mark and stuff like that as well. So also I've kind of stopped doing this now, but I've also kind of been putting like next steps on some of the videos as well, just to kind of show them what they're going to be doing next. So if you've kind of got a list of tasks for them to do after the video, then you can kind of pop that on there as well and kind of again just talk to them about what it is they're actually going to be doing. So that's basically it for PowerPoint. So whenever you're kind of ready to save the video, all you need to do is press the stop button and it automatically saves onto the screen recorder app, which you can then upload, which I'll talk about a wee bit in a second. But I just wanted to show you one more thing that I found quite useful in terms of screen recording, and that is annotating past papers. So it's quite good. So I'll just download one of the higher past papers from last year. And what is quite good about this tablet as well is that you've got quite a few different apps that you can use on it. So the one that I've been using for like digital marking and stuff is Write on PDF. So what it could actually be is that you could have like a 10-minute lesson kind of going through past papers and just annotating multiple choice or whatever, or if you wanted to do your kind of section 2 ones as well, physically just writing the answers into your past papers, and again that is all recorded automatically. I'm going to start, I've not used that yet, but that's one of my kind of ideas going forward for National 5s and Hires, especially kind of getting into August, because it could be a case of setting them that for homework just to watch it, or they could try the questions and then go away and watch what the marking scheme is essentially. So I think that'll be quite a useful tool as well in terms of screen recording. So whenever you're ready to upload, so as I said, after you press the stop button, it basically downloads automatically onto your tablet. So what I've kind of tended to start using is YouTube. So I did start using the video app on Microsoft Office, but found that it wasn't really that useful. Sometimes it would upload, sometimes it wouldn't. So I just ended up making a YouTube channel, which has been a lot easier because then you can just send a link to the pupils, which is quite easy, and they're familiar with YouTube as well, so that's why I found that to be quite good. So in terms of YouTube, very straightforward. So it's just a case of kind of setting up your own account. So my husband and myself, who are both chemistry teachers, we've been kind of sharing the workload of recording videos, which has been quite good as well. So we've just been kind of uploading as we've been making videos, and then the good thing is that they're there forever until you want to take them down. So if you have a kid that has missed a certain amount of work, then just direct them to your YouTube page and they should be able to catch up fairly easily. So it's just a case of kind of uploading. Depending on the length of the video will depend on how long it takes to upload as well. I've found sometimes that if you've got a kind of half-hour video, it does take maybe an hour, 2 hours to upload, but it's definitely worth it. But I would say kind of plan that in advance. Just make sure that it's kind of uploaded in plenty of time as well. So that is basically it for screen recording video lessons as far as I can tell so far. As I said, it varies from device to device, varies between Apple and Android, but the general kind of principles are the same. As I said, it took me quite a lot of research to find out what software to use, which software would be the best, because up until now I've been used to using Apple, and I had seen loads of people talking about doing recorded video lessons using an iPad. And then I found out that I can't use the same software after I got my new tablet, so I had to kind of do a wee bit of digging, find out what was best for Android. So if you're not sure about software and stuff like that, then don't hesitate to ask questions, because I can actually look back and see what websites I was looking at and things like that if you're struggling to find information on that. And with that, if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask anything at all, and I'll do my best to answer it. So I'm by no means an expert, but hopefully that was helpful for those of you that are wanting to start doing video lessons, and hopefully the kids will find your video lessons useful as well. So thank you very much for listening.